Sensei, be serious. Not that serious. Hey Nesties. Welcome to what's probably going to be the first video on the channel. Just to time date this is the last few hours of Rise of the Beasts in Grand Blue Fantasy. I have not gotten a single Koku drop. Not a single one. I'm astonished. I was like, do they even exist? So, unless I get one tomorrow or in the next few hours after I finish recording this, no Koku for me, I guess. But I did finish maxing out Piju, so that's cool. I mean, not as Longjin, but you know, that's just a waiting game. Anyway, this is Usonatsu, the game I was going to play and record a long time ago, and now I'm finally doing it. Yeah, I spent the past like 30 minutes trying to get my camera to work and calibrate correctly, and I still don't think it's working, but we're just gonna roll with it. Anyway, let's go with English. Polyglot, or not polyglot, polyglot. Change the main language. I got an achievement earlier for starting the game. You know it's gonna be good when you have achievements for starting the game. Oh, it's voiced. I don't know how it's coming through on your end, but this is way too loud for me. We're gonna turn this down just a little bit. I am gonna keep the... Actually, I'm gonna take one ear off, so I'll turn it back up. And now we'll move it down a little bit. I am gonna keep all of the voices on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then others. 10 characters. I'm gonna leave it on. It's fully voiced, so this is gonna take extra long because I'm gonna have to reread everything, but I never want to turn these completely off. I feel like people want to hear the voices, and I want to hear the voices to see if there's something I can try and emulate. Read only, skip speed, message speed. Is there a... What's the default? I like this. Auto mode speed. I'm just gonna max that out. And skip mode will do read only. Actually, auto will keep as neutral about where it was. Skip speed I'm gonna max out. It's the skip speed. I really don't... Well, actually, I know that there is... I think they had a crowdfunding. I don't know if they reached it or not, for a series of CD dramas for the characters. So yeah, the only other thing I know about it is I think all 4 of these characters are interests, I think. And this is another Yuri visual novel. I bought this around the time when we were either finishing or had finished Seabed over on Twitch, and that was a long time ago. So this has been sitting in my Steam library for a long time. But let's just get right on into it. I might cut out a bunch of that stuff at the beginning. Hopefully my camera's working too. I don't know if it is, but hopefully it is. And I'm trying out some new mic settings, so hopefully that sounds good as well. If not, well, rest in peace. I'm gonna turn off Shadowplay too. I don't need that. Now this is pretty. Am I supposed... Oh no. I've always wondered what love really is. Oops, that's not what I thought that was gonna do. Are there controls? I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna read that. Settings. No, there are not controls. Okay. Space does not advance. It hides things. Okay, good to know. I actually have to click. Oh. I wonder what lies on the other side of the ocean. Maybe it's a seabed. Ha ha ha. Probably another beach, right? You should take me there. You can keep the mountains. I wasn't expecting such a literal Too bad. I wasn't joking around though. You can keep the snow.
本当
What?
ですか？
Really?
うん。だってどこに繋がってたって私たちは一歩ずつ進むしかないわけじゃん。
Yup, because no matter what lies on the other side, all we can do is keep moving forward, one step at a time, just like Monty.
それを適当な答えと言うんじゃないでしょうか。
I guess that's more metaphorical than literal. I don't know how I feel about this animation. It looks very nice, but it almost looks like there's too much. It looks like the live 2D animation that goes overboard. I don't know. Some of it looks kind of weird.
ん
Maybe.
立花さんはどこにいたって相変わらずです。
Hmm. You never change, Tachibana-san, no matter where you are.
そうかな。
Yeah, I guess
そ
so.
うかもね。
Oops. I might lower her voice a little bit. Her lines seem a lot louder than the other girls. It might also be that I only have one headphone on right now,
私たち
so
はずっと恋に翻弄されてきた。
the two of us have always been victims of love. Oh, isn't that romantic?
だからもう一度この恋について考えてみようと思う。
Which is why I really need to rethink my views on what love really, truly means. I don't know, I might not do a voice for Kaoru if she's going to be the main character. Like, it might not be too much of a voice. I have an idea already of the blonde hair girl and the red hair girl. I did look at a brief overview of some of their characters. Blonde hair girl is a classmate of these two, and the red haired girl I think is one of their teachers. So I have some voices in mind already for them. But we'll see when we get there. Game? Oh. Uso Natsu, the summer romance bloomed from a lie. Oh no, Doom Jury? Wait, hold on. No. Oh, I don't think I got it in time. I realized we were on that for a long time and I could use that as a good screenshot. I don't think I got it before it started fading.
だいたい2ヶ月。
Let's go back about 2 months from this moment. This really reminds me of Seabed.
しおりと私がまだただのクラスメイト同士だった時、そこからなんかいろいろ始まった。
They kind of the voicing and the character designs kind of remind me well, not really the character designs, but definitely like the voices kind of remind me of Seabed. But that's just because this is like super like stereotypical like Yuri couple, you know? You got the stereotypes, you know? So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Back then, Shiori and I were nothing more than classmates. That's when a bunch of events were set into motion. I want to be your Shiori? You're so Bao Bao? What?
歌方。
Oh. Fragile. Chapter 1. I really like the art. It's one of the main reasons why I decided to buy this, actually. I really like the style. The bell signifying the end of 6th period rings out. I put my textbook and notes away. Oh. The classroom is filled with the sound of everyone's chatter and the rustling of school bags being packed for the day. The game keeps like having moments where I press advance and nothing happens to the point where I think, do I have to press it again? And then something happens. I overhear a conversation between two girls on the other side of the room.
どうしたの？
What's wrong?
しおり、なんか朝日先生が呼んでたぞ。立花のことも探してた。何の用事かはわかんねえけど。
This is what I expected her to sound like, and I have the voice for this character. We're gonna continue playing into the tropes. I'm pretty sure Miss Asahi is looking for you, Shiori, and Tachibana too, though I don't know what for.
なんだろう。ありがとう。先生探してみるね。りく、先に帰る？
I wonder what's up. Anyway, thanks. I'll try to hunt her down. Are you going to head home?
大丈夫。待ってる。待ってるから。
I don't mind waiting for you, so hurry up. My name comes up in the middle of their conversation. I've got my own stuff to take care of, though, so I don't pay much attention to them.
えっと、放課後15時に中庭だよね。目立つんだよね、ここ。
She has really interesting eyes. They're like gears. Let's see. Meet me in the courtyard at 3 p.m. after school. Not a very private choice of meeting place. Following the directions written on the scrap of paper left for me in my desk, I end up in the courtyard outside. I keep wanting to press space to advance, and it's not going to do it. To be perfectly honest, I know why I'm here. Having seen this scenario play out before, regardless of gender, there's a high chance this is a bona fide love confession. Gender, I hardly know her. What? I've never dated anyone yet in my life, and I absolutely have no intention of going out with any kid here and now, despite their declaration of love. Never, I hardly... Because, you see, I have a crush of my own. Still,
無視するわけにはいかないよね、こういうの。
it wouldn't be right for me to just ignore them. I'll just have to turn them down, flat out, right to their face. Reject them. Like Phoenix Wright. Rejection! While it's true that I have no interest in any of my classmates, I won't know the extent of this mysterious person's feelings for me unless I hear them out. That said, it's pretty rare to be invited to a confession spot through a handwritten letter. The formality makes it even harder to simply turn the request down, too. Yeah, normally she gets typed letters. Not like printed out from a computer, but like a typewriter. I didn't see what that said.
そろそろかな。あ、
They should be here any minute. Oh, this is a really cool looking school. Like, I really like the building design. I like the glass here. That looks really cool. And like the aerial bridge and the fire escape. It's very pretty.
立花ごめん待たせた
He has such a cool sounding voice. And I'm gonna do him dirty. I hope you're ready for that.
Tachibana, I hope you weren't waiting long.
I vaguely recognize the boy who shows up as a fellow classmate in my homeroom. See, I know he's a mob character. I want to save the good voices for the guy I saw in the settings. I struggle to recall his name, but I don't think we've ever spoken to one another before. Another, I hardly know her. Now he's talking to me. Based on what he's saying, it's a safe bet that he's the one who left me the confession. Following some fairly random small talk, he quickly gets down to the matter at hand. Missed opportunity for them to say, let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Matter, I hardly...
俺立花のこと好きなんだ
I really like you, Tachibana.
俺と付き合ってくれないか
They got me again with that long pause.
Maybe we could go out?
なんで？
Why?
なんでってほら立花って可愛いしクールだし
Why? Why what? Come on, I mean, you're really cute and stylish.
だから好きってこと？
So that's why you like me? In response to my question, he offers up several seemingly perfunctory compliments.
なるほど。でも、わかんないんだ。話したことないのに、本当に私のこと好きなの？
I see, but I still don't understand. We've never talked before, so how can you know that you like me? Never, I hardly know her.
いや見た目っていうか一目惚れっていうか
Huh? I don't know. I could just tell I did. It was like love at first sight or something, you know? Love is an open door.
So
I'm gonna stop that.
ありがとう。でも、とりあえず、付き合うとかはないかな。ごめんね。
Oh yeah? Well, thank you, but I'm not really interested in dating you. Sorry.
こっちこそごめん
No, I'm the one who should apologize.
Huh? I mean, it's not like we're friends or anything. Though I guess anyone would be hurt hearing something like that.
今日のことはなかったことにしてくれ
Let's just pretend this didn't happen, okay?
ん？え、いいけど。
It's such a funny conversation. Huh? Sure, if that's what you want. As soon as I agree, he glances around furtively to make sure no one's watching before hurrying back to the school building. Personally, it's kind of a bizarre request to pretend like an event in history never happened. Never.
にしても、そんな変なこと聞いたかな。
Still, I wonder if I could have asked him. We got close in. There's one thing I wanted to know. I want to know if the love I feel toward the person I have a crush on is the same as the love this random guy felt for me. Ominous footsteps. Oh, never mind. Oh, it's the main girl.
What?
She's arrived. The female lead. Wait, they're both female leads in a way. Huh? Oh. That boy had an unexpected audience to his heartfelt confession. She's also in our class, and I even know her name. She also has... Oh, she's got funky eyes, too. It's got the same kind of, like... Not, like, round, kind of, like, gear pattern. But she has, like, it's like she has an eye inside of her eye. That's really interesting. Minagi Shiori. She's an honor student representing not only our class, but the entire Alba Daiichi High School student body as well. Honor, I hardly...
ごめんなさい。
I didn't mean to get involved. As soon as our eyes meet, she quickly lowers her head in a deep bow before straightening back up.
謝らなくていいんじゃない？ここ選んだの彼だし。中庭って放課後は人あんまりいないけど目立つ場所なんだから。
You don't have to apologize. He's the one who chose this place. The courtyard is usually deserted after school, but it's still out in the open where anyone can pass by. Bullying girls? Not cool, Kaoru. It's my favorite line from Danganronpa. I think it's definitely my favorite line out of two. It might, well, I don't know. It might be my favorite of the whole game, like the whole series. Still.
それに、どっかから彼の友達が見てたんだよ。帰ってくときそんな感じだった。
I'm sure his friends were watching from somewhere nearby. At least that's the feeling I got when he left.
そうなんですか？
Huh? You really think so?
わかんないけど、多分ね。私が告白を受けないって話は噂になってるらしいから、みんな確かめようとしたんじゃないかな。
I don't know for sure, but probably. I've heard a rumor going around that I refuse to date anyone here. Folks seem to enjoy testing that theory. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Surprise flashes across Minagi-san's face as she nods in response. I'm gonna keep changing it because I think it's gonna be funny. You might hear me say Minagi, you might hear me say Minagi. You'll never know. I get the distinct feeling she's experienced the same thing before.
ちなみに、聞いてた。
Did you hear any of that?
ごめんなさい。
I'm really sorry.
また謝ってるし。それよりさ、一個聞いていい？
Bullying girls? Not cool, Kaoru. Stop apologizing. Look, can I ask you something?
はい。何ですか？
Of course. What's the question?
南さんはどう思う？
What's your opinion?
何に対してでしょうか？
On what exactly?
私に告白してきたさっきの男子。私のこと好きだったと思う？
That boy who confessed his feelings to me. Think he really liked me? I dropped the question fairly nonchalantly. She contemplates her answer, looking slightly perplexed before opening her mouth. Answer, I hardly know her.
それはどうして私に？
Sorry, but why are you asking me?
南さんもよく告白されてるでしょ？
You've received your fair share of confessions, right?
そんなことは。
Well, that's not wrong, but...
まあいっか。ちょっと気になっただけだから。
Look, it's not a big deal. I was just curious what you thought.
いえ、何が気 気になったのでしょうか。
I understand that, but was there anything that bothered you about it?
ああ、そうだな。もし彼の好きがさ、私の知ってる好きと同じだったらどうすればいいのかなって思っただけ。
Actually, yeah. Hypothetically speaking, if he really liked me and if his feelings matched what I've experienced myself, should I have reacted differently somehow? Huh?
ごめんね。変な質問しちゃった。
Sorry, I know that's a pretty weird question. Game? Hello? See, this is what gets me. That's gonna take.
みな
Oh,
ぎさん、立花さんも。
oh, I don't have a voice for you. What does she sound like?
あ、みなぎさん、立花さんも。
I have no idea what voice I'm gonna do for her. Is she important? She is important. Oh no. Oh, Minagi-san and Tachibana-san too.
ちょうどよかった。まだ二人とも残っててくれたんだ。
What perfect timing. You two are the only students I'm still looking for.
え、
Wasn't it? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Are these just all a bunch of family members? Wait, hold on. No. Didn't somebody mention? Oh, no. She was looking for these two. That's where I've seen her name before. I thought that when they said Asahi earlier, they were talking about this lady. But no, her name's different. Huh?
はい。
Oh, yes? It's Miss Asahi, our homeroom teacher who's also in charge of modern literature. My curiosity about why she needs both of us together is quickly answered. Well, if she's modern literature, maybe I should have done the same voice I did for Kaori in World End Syndrome. But that would have been cringy, and I don't want to do that.
二人とも進路調査票の提出まだよね。
Neither of you have turned in your post-graduation surveys yet, have you?
ああ、そういえばそうだったかも。
Oops, now that you mention it, I guess not.
忘れていました。すみませんでした。
That's true. I completely forgot. I'm really sorry.
ごめんなさい。
Me too.
提出してから変えてもいいわけだから悩みすぎないように。
You're so short.
迷っちゃうのはわかるからいつでも相談してね。
You can always change your answers after you turn it in, so no need to fret. And you can talk to me if you feel lost about anything as well. I guess, no, homeroom teachers are always short and stuff, right?
わかりました。
Thank you very much.
来月の三者面談の前には出すこと。いい？
Make sure you get it in before parent-teacher conferences next month, okay? And you should work on your Elvis impersonation.
三者面談
I guess it'd be an
いつだっけ
impression. When's that happening exactly?
7月19日、終業式の後。
On the 19th of July, right after the end of semester ceremony.
そっか。じゃあまだ期限までしばらくあるね。
Good. Then we still have time to slack off before the deadline.
もう最初の期限は過ぎてるの。それと先生には敬語使いなさい。もう何回注意させるのよ。
You already missed the first deadline. And don't talk to your teacher so casually, young lady. How many times do I have to tell you that?
あーいい。全書します。
Aye, aye. I'll get right on it.
もうはい、また来週。二人とも気をつけて帰ってね。
Very well. Have a good weekend, and be careful heading home. And with those parting words, she takes off. That stupid post-graduation survey. I know she'll only get angrier if I submit a blank form, so I have to write down something.
さっきのことなんですが。
So, about what you said earlier.
進路調査票のこと？
You mean the surveys?
あ、いえ、その前の。
No, before that.
おーい、しおり、そろそろ行こうぜ。
Hey, Shiori, let's get going already! A voice calls out to Minagi-san from the direction of the school building. It belongs to Inohara, a fellow class. Oh, this was her. I could have committed. I didn't recognize her voice. I could have committed to that. The two of them went to the same middle school and are close friends.
すぐ行くね。
Okay, I'm coming. After yelling a response in Inohara-san's direction, I don't like that. Inohara-san's direction, Minagi-san turns back to me before bowing her head politely. I think I'm gonna drop the honorifics.
本当にごめんなさい。
I'm really sorry about accidentally overhearing your conversation. Really, I am.
大丈夫。なかったことになったから。
Bullying girls? Not cool, Kaoru. It's fine. Besides, it didn't actually happen, apparently.
そっか、そうでした。では失礼します。
Oh, I see. Well, I'll be going then.
私もこの後予定あるから。じゃあまたね。
Yep, I got plans of my own. See ya. And with that, she hurries back toward the school building. There were a few variations here and there, but that scenario basically followed the usual script exactly. Like, oh my god, I didn't realize that was Inohara! I don't like this loading screen. The city. After leaving the school grounds, I still have some time to kill before I need to be anywhere specific. You know what? This kind of reminds me of Railgun. Like the backgrounds and everything. I think that's what it is. Kind of reminds me of Railgun. Feeling a little grumpy, I buy myself a lemonade chock full of tart lemons and caffeine and sip it while I walk around. She went to a Panera?
いい感じ。
Yep, this is the stuff. I'm gonna meet the person I like and attempt to change her mind. Oh, it's the teachers, yeah. Sensei. This is the day when I get to see her. The person I love. My homeroom teacher during my 3rd year in middle school. Shimotsuke Mire. I'm not gonna say Shimosuke. Maybe I should say Shimosuke. My first crush and first love. The first time I confessed my feelings for her, she told me I didn't actually love her, trampling my emotions right in the dirt. Yet I continued to pursue her, confessing my feelings for her endlessly. And each time, she turned me down.
今日の言い訳は夏物の服を買いに行くだったっけ。
My excuse to meet up this time was shopping for summer clothes or something, right? Summer, I hardly know her. I've used similar lines a multitude of times before. Similar, I hardly know her. But I honestly don't care what we do as long as we're together. Together, I hardly know her. And I'm sure she knows that. In fact, I bet she feels the same way.
そっか。進路調査票のことも相談してみようかな。ついでに。
Oh, right. Maybe I can ask her to help me figure out this whole post-graduation survey thing. I don't have dreams or goals or anything like that. But I have to write something, and she might have some good ideas. After all, she's someone I really like, not to mention the person I look up to the most.
ちゃちゃっと書いて待ち合わせ場所に行こ
I'll just scribble something down for now and head over to the meeting spot. Over. I start to worry, way too late at this point, about not getting to the meeting spot earlier, especially knowing that she had the day off today. Now it's 5:12. 27 minutes, wow. We're meeting in the subway section of Yokohama Station. It's a weekday evening and the station's packed full of people of all ages, heading home from work and school. I wonder if they did like the classic visual novel thing, where they just took like a real picture and did some stuff to it. It doesn't look like it. Like some of it maybe looks like it's the style, but some of the stuff looks like way too like CG'd. I don't know. I guess I should include myself in that group as well. Our meeting spot is by one of the many pillars scattered about. It's been about a month since I last met up with her. Pillar, I hardly know her. We usually meet once every 2 weeks, but our schedules haven't lined up recently, hence the delay.
くらい遅れてくるかな。
Rest in peace. I wonder how late she'll be today. She's gonna be right behind you hearing that. She's gonna be like, oh, I'm late? She's currently working as a professor at an art school run by an acquaintance of hers. I originally met her in middle school when she was my homeroom teacher, but she left that position in the summer of my 3rd year.
Oh.
Oh. I make it to our meeting spot right on time, and I quickly spot a familiar silhouette from within the crowd.
あれ、先生？
Huh? Sensei?
や、立花。時間ぴったり。殊勝な心がけだね。
Oh yeah, I feel like doing the voice for Asahi was right. I feel like it definitely worked. Now, I'm gonna cut here because I'm gonna sit here and try and remember if I can do Kaori's voice. Hey, Tachibana, right on time. A commendable habit indeed. My rendezvous is with Shimotsuki Mirei, who arrived well before I did. This is the first time she's made it to the meeting spot before me. I catch a faint whiff of smoke from her shirt, meaning she's probably already had her post-work cigarette.
珍しい。先生、時間守れるんだ。
It's not like you to be on time for anything.
失礼なやつ。言っとくけど、私は社会人なんだ。時間は守るよ、基本的に。
Now that's rude. Just so you know, as a working adult, I'm usually very punctual.
基本的にでしょ。前には3分遅れてくるのが大人の礼儀だとか言ってたのに。
Usually, huh? I remember you saying something about it being a common courtesy for adults to always show up 3 minutes late.
矛盾するものなんだ。大人って。
Adults are always contradicting themselves.
特に先生はでしょ。
And you especially, right, Sensei? It's been several years since she was my teacher, and yet I can't break the habit of calling her by her former title. Teacher, I hardly know her. Former, I hardly... Ever since I graduated from middle school, I've been meeting with her about once every 2 weeks or so. Oh, and we have one more shared custom between us.
今日も振られに来たよ。
I'm here for my regularly scheduled heartbreak. Oh, she's gonna confess again. If anyone else were to overhear that statement, it would probably raise questions about the relationship between us. But our light-hearted banter, both request and answer, spoken in jest, is proof of how close we are. Banter? I hardly know her. She usually responds by saying something like, "Is that the first thing you're gonna say to me?" Or, "You never give up, huh?"
そっか。
Oh yeah? Oh, that
What
was...
was that? 今日はいい返し思いつかなかったの？
What kind of response is that? Couldn't think of a good comeback?
まあ、うん。そういうことになるね。
Well, yeah. Something like that.
それよりさ、禁煙は？今日紙のタバコ吸ってきてたでしょ。
More importantly, I thought you quit. You smoked a real cigarette today, didn't you? Didn't you use your vape?
どうして知ってんの？
How did you know?
わかるよ。電気
Oh,
の
was
だ
it
と
vape?
違
That was
う
a
匂い
joke.
するし。
I can tell. The smoke from a vape pen smells different. She's an expert on jewels. That was a joke. I thought about making like a Nicorette joke, but I thought the vape was the lower hanging fruit. Turns out I was right.
犬じゃないんだからさ。
Are you a drug sniffing dog or something?
ワンワン。
Woof woof. Arr, grrr, arf, arf, arf.
ま、もともと犬みたいなもんか。で、今日はどうするんだっけ？
I guess in some aspects you definitely act like one. So, what are we doing again? Oops, I misread that.
夏物見に行こ
We're going to look for summer
そ
clothes.
うだったね。じゃ、エスコートして。
Oh, right, right. Well then, lead the way.
う。任せて。
My pleasure. Pleasure? I hardly know her. The store I want to go to is a couple of stations away, so I lead us down towards the turnstiles. I'm not sure if I can rightfully call this a date. And yet, regardless, she's acting a lot more awkward and stiff than usual. keep wanting to press spacebar to advance the task, and it's not gonna happen. Shopping mall. Oh, that was not only 8 minutes later.
なんかいっつもここな気がする。
I'm here so often, it feels like I live here. Maybe I should have given her the voice, like, oh my god, guys, I'm at the shopping mall so much, it feels like it's my house. And then they'd be like, girl, you live like this?
選んでるのは立花でしょ。
You're the one who picks where we meet.
確かに。だってほら、学校から近いし。
Good point, but I mean, it's close to my school, so it's convenient. We arrive at a shopping mall that's only a few stops away from Yokohama Station. The mall is connected to the tallest building in Yokohama, and as such, it has direct access to an observation deck with a view of the city.
先生と歩いてるとさ、私たちってどう見えるのかな？
I wonder how other people see us when we're walking around together like this. Wonder? I hardly know her.
どうって？
What do you mean?
ほら、姉妹とか親子とかさ。
Like, they think we're sisters? Or that you're my mom? Sisters? I hardly knows-ers. Or that we're a couple? Doki doki. Though, I could never say that last one out loud. It's the things that she'll never say, just like Avril.
親子はないでしょ。同級生って選択肢はないの？
I don't look old enough to be your mom. How come classmates isn't an option?
ギリ。
That's pushing it, sensei.
ない。
Hey.
そこのお店見たいな。
Wait, I want to check out that store.
はいはい。
Fine, fine. A former teacher and her former student. What a pair. I kind of want to keep... I don't know, I kind of do want to use the accent for Mirai, but I feel like it suits the other teacher much better, and I feel like the current voice suits her much better. Although I am worried that there's going to be some time when we're going to need some emotional range that I will not be able to do with that voice. She's no longer a middle school teacher, and I'm no longer a student under her supervision. So what exactly is our relationship? We're not friends, and we're not lovers. Lovers? I hardly knows-ers. What does this say, pick and pain? Does that say pan-yaz? Pan-yaz! And I had my heart broken by her more times than I can count. I don't really understand our dynamic myself, so how could anyone looking in understand it either? I have a feeling whatever we share would be over the moment we tried to label it. Whatever, I hardly know her. But that's probably just my own insecurities talking.
ちょっと聞いてる？
Knock knock. Hello? Are you listening to me?
聞いてなかった。
Nope.
正直なのはいいけどさ、お店通り過ぎてるよ。
What is this music? It sounded really ominous at the start. Now it sounds very lighthearted. It sounded very ominous at the beginning. I admire your honesty, but I'm pretty sure we passed the store you wanted to stop at.
本当だ。じゃあ次行こう。
Oops. Then let's move on.
見たいって言ったのそっちでしょ。いいならいいけど。
You're the one who said you wanted to check it out. I don't care one way or another, but... Oh. As we're walking along, she suddenly looks over at a series of display panels. Each panel showcases a different framed painting.
地域のコンクールの受賞作品だって。先生、見ていきたい？
Looks like the winners from a local contest. Want to stop for a better look? Winner? I hardly know her.
立花、興味ないでしょ？
You're not interested at all, are you?
ううん。先生がどう見てるのかは気になる。
Nope. But I get the feeling that you are.
じゃ、お言葉に甘えて。
In that case, I'll take you up on that kind offer. Offer? I hardly know her. She then begins studying each painting on display.
お、うちの生徒さんだ。やるじゃん。いいえ。
I just noticed she had a bunch of, like, piercings. This was painted by a student at my school. Impressive. It's pretty good.
教え子？
A student of
う
yours?
ん。担当じゃないけど、絵で覚えてる。
No, she's not in any of my classes. I just remember the painting. Remember, I hardly know her. I am gonna continue doing that, and hopefully at the end, I'll have a compilation. She's currently in charge of teaching a visual art class. Only a few students in the class are seriously aiming to complete an art degree, with the rest treating it as a casual hobby. From what she's told me, though, she much prefers this job to the former position she'd held at a prep school where letter grades mattered more than life itself. Letter, I hardly know her.
こっちは色使いが綺麗だね。
The use of color here is gorgeous.
確かに。でも先生の絵の方が綺麗だと思う。
Definitely. Though, I think your work is even more gorgeous.
比べるもんじゃないの。だいたい分野も違うんだからさ。
There's no need to compare. Besides, our subjects are completely different.
先生が好きなのはなんだっけ？ベンジャミン？
What's that style you're into again? Benjamin or whatever?
バルビゾン派。何回も教えてるでしょ。わざとやってんだろ。
Barbizon. I've told you the name enough times. You're saying it wrong on purpose, aren't you? What do you mean? Ah, I remember. Yeah, Barbados.
正解。
And nothing gets past you. And yet, I still don't know really... What? I still really don't know anything about the art style itself. All I know is that there's a famous painting in that style by an artist who shares a name with Sensei, depicting a couple of women picking stalks of wheat. Seeing her talk about the paintings on display takes me back to when she was my teacher. One of the main reasons why she left that position was connected to a piece I'd created. I refer to it as the Runaway Rebellion. It was a kind of performance art where I secretly lived at her house for a week. I didn't tell my parents or the police, so of course it became a huge deal.
あ、
Oh?
どうした？
Hmm? What?
この絵好きかも。
I think I like this painting.
立花が絵に興味を示すなんて珍しい。はあ、なるほど。作者、見てみ。
It's not like you to have any interest in art. Oh, of course. Look who painted it.
下月美玲って先生じゃん。こういうのに出してもいいの？
Let's see. Shmutsuki Mirei. Wait, that's you. Was it really okay for you to submit
ちゃ
this?
んと社会人コースって書いてるでしょ。商品券1万円分ゲットだぜ。
I made it as part of an art class for adults. I won a gift voucher for 10,000 yen, too.
うわー。で、自分の絵が飾られてるって知ってたの？
She kind of reminds me of Makima. It's the only thing I could think while I was looking at the game on Steam. I was just like, oh, it's Makima. Wow. Does that mean that you knew your painting was being displayed here?
さあ、どうでしょう。
Well now, what do you think? She knew. She absolutely knew. I have no idea if art instructors were allowed to enter local contests, but looking closer, the winners from the adult section all seem to be art teachers from around here. And her painting stands out amongst all of them.
はあ、やっぱりすごいんだね、先生。
You really are an amazing artist, Sensei.
そうだね。見せておかないとなって思ってさ。
Thanks. I kinda wanted to show off a little.
出た、自慢。
There you go. Bragging
は
again.
いはい、それで結構。でも、立花が私の絵を見つけてくれて嬉しかったよ。ありがとね。
Fine, fine. That's enough for now. Still, I'm really glad you got to see it. Thanks for taking a look.
別に思ったこと言っただけだよ。
I'm just stating facts and nothing more.
ならなおよし。
Even better.
はいはい。先生の思惑に乗ってあげたことだし、次はサンダル見に行こう。
Okay, okay. I've had enough inflating your already overinflated ego. Time to look for sandals. Huh? Just as we're about to leave the exhibition space, I notice a poster on the nearby wall. Poster? I hardly know her. The brightly painted poster, covered in vivid shades of blue and yellow, immediately catches my
う
eye.
ん夏限定のアイスか。立花、気になるの？
Oh, a special summer exclusive ice cream. You want one, huh?
かわいいなって。でも先生はこういう美味しくなさそうなの興味ないでしょ。だから今日は別に。
I thought it was cute, but you're completely uninterested in this kind of trash, huh? So I'll wait.
いいじゃん。食べに行こっか。
Why wait? Let's go get some.
どうして？
Why?
綺麗な色だなって思ったから。実物見たくなってね。あと、今日は特別。
The colors look so pretty on the poster. I kind of want to see it for myself. Also, today's a special day.
じゃあ私のおごり。
You're paying.
調子乗るなって。しょうがないな。私のおごり。
Don't get ahead of yourself. Actually, who am I kidding? It's my treat. She replies, all while smiling gently with her eyes closed. Several food trucks are parked right outside the shopping mall. Feeling a little thirsty after walking around, I decide to get an ice cream cone while it's still light out. Promenade. Promenade Revolt! The food trucks are parked a few feet away from the entrance to the observation tower. Tower? I hardly know her. The ice cream truck is especially busy, probably due to getting a recent shout-out on social media or something. I gratefully accept the ice cream cone that my ex-teacher has bought for me.
ありがとう。うん、かわいい。
Those are intricate. Thanks, it's really cute. My ice cream is colored various shades of berry pink. Thumbnail time! Meanwhile, she has a citrus-flavored sky blue scoop and a cat-shaped violet one. Citrus? The flavor of the latter is a complete mystery. The star-shaped cookie decorations sprinkled over the whipped cream topping only make it look even more adorable.
同感。この青とかどうやって出してるんだろう。
Agreed. I wonder how they got it to look so blue, though. Wonder, I hardly know her. A lot of food dye. A lot of dye. Like, a not okay amount of dye.
先生、気にするとこそこなの？
That's the part you're curious about? I'm gonna take pictures of all of these if I want to use them, just in case.
だって写真映えが目当てでしょ。味はこういうのってほら。
I mean, it looks exactly the same as in the poster, and yet it tastes like this. Here.
でもなんか季節のいい素材を使ってるみたいだよ。美味しい。
This is also a funny picture. It says in the poster they only use seasonal ingredients. Mmm, tasty.
立花のはベリーミックスだっけ？着色料使ってないらしいけど、こっちもいい色。淡いけど深いピンクが出てるね。
You got the mixed berry, right? It looks impressive, considering they claim not to use artificial coloring. It's light, but the deep pink really stands out.
また色の話？先生、食べないの？
You're still going on about the color? Are you actually gonna eat it? Color? I hardly know her.
私冷たいの苦手なんだよ。
I don't really like eating cold food. I think I'll bring it back home and put it in the microwave just like Nags.
そうだったね。猫舌の逆だから犬舌？
Oh, right. You have the opposite of a cat's tongue. A dog's tongue, maybe?
かもね。ま、じゃあ一口。冷た。
Maybe. I may as well have one lick. Ah, too cold. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. She lets out a shocked cry that I don't hear very often. Despite having gone with her to a multitude of cafes and restaurants, this is the first time we've eaten ice cream together. The huge gap between the temperature out here and the ice cream probably only added to her surprise.
ちょっとニヤニヤしないでよ。
Stop grinning at me like that.
だって先
は
生
How can I not?
誰にでも苦手なものはあるの。
We all have certain things we don't enjoy. Hee hee.
だから笑うなっての。
I told you to stop laughing at me.
ごめんごめん。で、美味しかった？
Sorry, I will. Was it tasty though?
うん。思った以上にフルーツって感じ。
Yeah. The fruity taste was much more pronounced than I was expecting.
あ
Ah,
何してんの？
what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
ちょうだい一口。
Aye, come on.
はいはい。
Hey, stop.
家だとしてくれるじゃん。
You let me do it when we're at your place.
してない。あ、いや、そういや酔ってる時に心
Rest in peace. No, I don't. Well, I guess I do when I'm drunk.
じゃあ
Here I come. I'm gonna have to oh. Wait. I lean forward before taking a small bite from the ice cream cone in her hand. I'll have to grab that from the VOD. The coldness causes my eyes to squint shut as the refreshing, citrusy scent of lemon fills my nose.
美味しいよ。
It's yummy.
まったく。
Good grief.
ほら、先生にもあげる。あんして。
Here, have a taste of mine. Open your mouth.
私は結構。
That's okay. I did. I was tempted to do the Sylvain crit quote. Open wide.
なんだ、私のも美味しいのに。
Why not? Mine is yummy too. I glance over and notice she's smiling at me. Or more accurately, staring at me.
どうしたの？
I really hope my camera was working for that. Otherwise, it's going to be really awkward when I'm looking right at my camera. I'm staring at my camera right now. It's going to look really awkward when I'm like doing this. What?
別に楽しいなってちょっと思っただけだよ。
Nothing. You just look like you're enjoying yourself.
私も同じ気持ち。
Well, so do you. We continue eating our ice cream while talking about nothing in particular. She ends up getting full about halfway through, leaving me to eat most of it. Since it's still light out, we decide to head back into the shopping mall. After checking out her painting one more time, we finally start our summer shopping. We visit several stores before ultimately buying nothing. Welcome to a normal day in our lives. An ongoing love affair that we're too embarrassed to verbalize. Affair I hardly know where. Oh, that doesn't really work.
もうちょっと話してこうか。時間ある？
I'd really love to chat more, but Do you have time?
うん、あるよ。なくても作るよ、当然。
Yeah, I do, and even if I didn't, I'd make some. The day's still not over just yet. Uso. Oh, promenade. After leaving the mall, we decide to continue our conversation outside. We're by a body of water that isn't an ocean, a bay, or a river. River, I hardly know her. The lights from the landmark tower and surrounding buildings twinkle on the surface of the water. It's beautiful, but somehow kind of sad. Water, I hardly know her.
珍しいね。先生がもうちょっと話したいっていうの。
It's pretty out of character for you to say that you want to spend more time with me. Character, I hardly know her.
そうかもね。
I guess so.
何かあった？もしかして私に相談？
Did something happen that you want to talk to me about?
まさか。
Never.
何その感じ。先生、今日ずっと変。
Hen. Then what's with this bizarre tension? You've been acting weird all afternoon.
変か。そうかもね。
Weird. Yeah, I can see that. She pauses for a moment before finally answering my question. Our usual conversation flow is off, and I find myself at a loss for words. What is she struggling to say? It must be something difficult to put into words. You could maybe say that words fail, there's nothing she can say. After all, I've come to know her well given all the time we've spent together. Sensing my own silence, she opens her mouth to ask me a question.
立花の方は学校どう？
How's school going?
あ、
That's
そう
not
だ。
her voice.
相談したいことがあったんだ。
Oh, right, there's something I wanted to get your opinion on. Struggling to keep calm and carry on, I bring up the thing that's been on my mind. If we can get through this without incident, then it'll be time for me to finally head on home, until our next rendezvous. I know we'll meet again. I take out the piece of paper and hand it to her. Paper? I hardly know her. It doesn't turn out so well, though.
これ、進路調査表。提出日過ぎちゃったからせかされててさ。何書けばいいか分かんなかったんだけど、とりあえず書いてみた。
It's about this. The post-graduation questionnaire. It's kind of a rush job since I already missed the deadline. I had no idea what to write, so I just put down the first thing that came to mind.
ああ、そんな時期か。高校2年の夏も目前だし、遅いくらいかもね。
I guess it is about that time. Though the summer before your third year is right around the corner, so it seems a little late. Glancing over at the piece of paper I've handed her, I hear her suddenly gasp. Under the target schools heading, I marked down a few universities I figured I could get into with my current grades. Her audible reaction wasn't to that list, though. It was in response to what I wrote down in the section for long-term future goals and prospects.
これ、教師って。
That's not her voice. You wanna be a teacher?
先生と同じ。いいのかな、こんな感じで。
Yeah, just like you. Do you think it sounds okay?
そっか。
I see. Oh no, the music stopped.
私のせいか。ちゃんとしなかったツケだね。
This is all my fault. I really messed up, huh?
Eh?
What?
本気で教師になりたいんだったら相談に乗る。でも、そうじゃないでしょ。
If you really wanted to become a teacher, I'd be more than happy to offer my advice. But you don't truly want to teach, do you? You just have a kink for forbidden workplace romances. I can't bring myself to answer that. I can tell from her tone of voice that she's mildly annoyed.
立花が将来の夢とか目標とかやりたいこととか見つかってないのはわかる。
No,
確
never
認
mind.
だけどふざけてるわけでもないでしょ。
I know that you have no idea what your plans or dreams are for the future. Just to be sure, you're not doing this purely to mess with me, are you?
だって将来とかそういうの分かんなかったから。
No, but you're right. I have no idea what I want to do. And the adult I look up to the most, is her. Don't have to become an art instructor specifically, but I figured I could teach whatever subject I'm the strongest in.
立花なら消去法で進路調査票に教師って書くのもわかる。でもこれはダメ。
I could accept it if you'd come to this answer organically through a process of elimination. But knowing what I do, I just can't.
どうして？
Why?
理由がないならならない方がいい。学校の教師をやって辞めた人間が言うんだから説得力あるでしょ。
You shouldn't become a teacher for no good reason at all. I would think my words hold some weight, considering they're coming from a teacher. One who quit, by the way.
ずるいよ。そんなの言われたら言い返せない。
That's so mean. You know I can't argue with you when you say it like that. Instead of words, I match your gaze with mine. I just barely managed to keep my mouth shut. I know that even if I were to speak my thoughts aloud, it wouldn't change anything.
大人はずるいもんなんだ。知ってるでしょ。
Adults are mean. Didn't you know that?
知ってるけど。
I know that fact very well. It's been a while since I heard her use the word adult around me. Once we started meeting following my graduation, she didn't use the word adult to distance herself from me as much as before. Why is the font different? Maybe it's just a different size. Though she'd often do things in front of me that I couldn't because of my age. Smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, paying with a credit card. I don't remember her ever blatantly pointing out our age difference before. At least, not like this.
じゃあ私はなんて書けばいいの？これ来月には出さなくちゃいけないんだけど。
Then, what should I write? I need to finish this by next month.
ああ、試験後の三者面談の時期だね。懐かしいな。
Alright. Right in time for the post-finals parent-teacher conferences, right? That really takes me back.
先生！
Sensei, be serious. Not that serious. You know what to do, Editor Neon.
それこそ先生に相談しなきゃ。今の私はさ、立花の先生じゃないんだよ。
That's something you should be talking to your actual sensei about, not me. I'm not your teacher anymore.
やっぱりずるいよ。
You really are a mean adult. There's no way I can bring up the next thing I wanted to talk about now. Plus, I really need to start heading home.
じゃ、私の用事。
Well, I have stuff to do. She says that with a gentle smile that hides traces of sadness. Some might even say, summertime sadness. I've only seen her smile at me that way once before.
話したいことがあるからここ来たんだ。
I came here because I wanted to talk to you about something. I find myself unable to speak, caught off guard by the expression on her face. In the wake of my silence, she continues to speak. I feel my shoulders tense up. It's like a part of me knows what she's about to say won't be easy to hear.
立花はさ、私と会うときいつも言ってるよね。振られに来たって。
You always say the same thing every time we meet, Tachibana. That you're here to have your heart crushed.
だからさ、覚悟して会ってるってことだよね。
So, I guess that means you're already prepared for what I'm about to say. Having heard this much, I already knew exactly what's coming next. Even if she hadn't told me with words, I should have figured as much from the way she's been acting since I arrived. Right now, all I wish is that I'd noticed a little sooner. Sooner? I hardly know her. Which is what prompts me to open my mouth and say,
先生、ちょっと寒くない？まだ6月だしさ。ほら、風が。
Aren't you cold, Sensei? It's already June, but it's really windy. Unfortunately, there's no way out of this.
立花、
長くなるんだったらさ、私は場所変えてもいいよ。
If this is gonna take a while, maybe we should move somewhere else.
立花、まだ私の話は終わってない。
Tachibana, yet again, you're not letting me finish. Bullying girls? Not cool, Kaoru. I know. I know exactly what's about to happen. But I don't want to hear her say it. Because I know. I know her well.
もうこの関係は終わりにしよう。
Whatever this is that we have between us is over. As soon as those words leave her lips, time freezes. The people walking past us, the light from passing boats, all of it stops. The only thing signifying the passage of time is the cool breeze brushing against my body.
私が先生になりたいって書いたの。そんなに怒ったの？
You're really that angry about me writing down that I want to be a teacher?
それとこれとは全く別の問題だよ。
That's an entirely separate issue.
だよね。うん、知ってた。
I figured. In fact, I already knew. I open my mouth and speak, just to say something and fill the awkward atmosphere, but she remains silent. The silence between us hangs in the air for 3 minutes before I find myself able to speak again. All I'm able to force out is a single word.
なんで？
Why?
知りたいの？
You really want to know?
理由も言わないなんて。そんなの納得できない。
I won't be able to get closure if you don't give me a reason.
そっか。どういう理由なら納得する？
Yeah? What reason would make this easier then?
私が嫌いになったとか、ちゃんとした恋人ができたとか。
I mean, like, say something like you've grown to hate me or that you fell in love with someone else.
恋人ができたんだ。
I fell in love with someone else.
嘘。
Liar.
これは
This whole thing. She pauses, taking a deep breath before continuing.
嘘とか嘘じゃないとかって話でもないでしょ。
Oh.
立花を嫌いになってはない。でも立花は私と付き合ってたわけじゃない。それ
Wow. The music change. It's kind of fire, though. It has nothing to do with what's true or what's not. I don't hate you, Tachibana. But we're never going to be a couple. That's it.
そっか。そうだよね。
Yeah, I guess you're right. Mm-hmm.
私にも一発の紳士さってのはあるってこと。立花も誰かと付き合ってみればいいよ。そしたらわかることもたくさんあるよ。
Man's really going to town on that piano, though. I absolutely accept my share of the blame for this entire situation even occurring. I want you to date someone, Tachibana. Hopefully, through that experience, you'll come to learn many things.
何それ、勝手すぎ。
What do you mean? That's going a little too far, isn't it? There's so many things I want to say. So much so that my head feels like it might explode. Who do you think you are? How long have you felt this way? Can't we just hang out as friends? All that and so much more. But no matter which question floats up into existence, I know in the back of my mind that it's pointless. I can't bring myself to ask them out loud. Except for one single thought.
先生、好き。
I love you, Sensei.
知ってる。
I know.
好きだよ。大好き。
I love you so much.
ありがとね。
I appreciate the sentiment.
私が好きになるのは多分先生だけ。
The only person I'll ever love in this world is you.
大丈夫。大人になったら私より好きになれる人といっぱい出会えるからさ。
That's not true. Once you're an adult, you'll meet plenty of much better people to fall in love with.
壁と話してるみたいだよ。
I feel like I'm talking to a wall.
ああ、よく喋る壁でしょ私はさ。
Yup, though a pretty chatty wall, if I do say so myself. And with that, she takes out a box of cigarettes. She uses her fingers to slide out a single menthol stick. The thinly gel-coated nails in each of her fingers are perfectly manicured.
先生、
Sensei? Hmm?
ここ禁煙だよ。
You can't smoke here.
ああ、そうだったね。じゃあ私は喫煙所に行ってくる。これタクシー代。
Oh, right. In that case, I'm going to head over to where I can smoke. Here's some money for a taxi back.
いらない。
I don't need it.
高校生をこの時間に残してくんだからさ。最低な大人の最低限の責任。はい、受け取って。
There's no way I'm leaving a high school student here alone at this time of night. I might be trash, but I still have responsibilities as an adult. Take it.
ずっと期待だけさせて。ずっと。今日だって来なきゃよかったんじゃん。
You led me on all this time. I wish I hadn't come today.
私もさ、言えるか分かんなかったんだよ。でもちゃんと言えた。
I honestly wasn't sure I could actually say what needed to be said, but I did it.
最低だよ。
You really are trash.
立花の言う通り、私は最低なんだよ。
You're right. I said as much myself. With that, she hands me a white envelope. I wonder how long she's had this with her. The existence of that crisp, white envelope solidifies the reality of the situation. This isn't a spur-of-the-moment decision made in anger over my impromptu answer on the survey. Anger, I hardly know her.
じゃあ気をつけて帰りなね。
Get home safely.
楽しかったよ、この2年。それは本当のこと。
I enjoyed the past 2 years, and that's absolutely the truth. Her voice seems to be coming from far away.
先生、私たちの関係って何
Hey,
なのかな。
Sensei. What exactly were we anyway? but the shape of her body is already long gone. I don't think that's gonna come through at all, but I like unfocused my vision for that. I think I might stop here. Yeah, I wanted to go into the end of the chapter, but this is already pretty long, so I think this seems like the perfect place to stop. I don't know how long the chapters are, and I'm not gonna look anything up to even find out because I don't know if that's gonna spoil anything. But yeah, man, I really wasn't expecting this. Yeah, I mean, I had read the description. Let me check what the Steam description says in the first place. Let me go to the store page. I still have the thing open on Steam. This is a story about finding love to overwrite the feelings for the ones they held dearest. A girl's love visual novel about summer, love, and adolescence. Is there an expanded thing in the description? Oh, okay. Overlooking the sea atop a hill stands Awa Daiichi High School in Minatocho. Oh, in Minatocho. One fateful night, the heart of Tachibana Kaoru, a second-year student, is shattered by her middle school homeroom teacher Shimotsuki Mire. This moment is witnessed by Minagi Shiori, a diligent classmate of Kaoru's and a model student. In her state of despair, Kaoru confides in Shiori about her painful past with Mire. Shiori, with an enigmatic aura, raises a thought-provoking question. Instead of forgetting someone you cared about, you think it's possible to simply overwrite those memories with different ones. Uncertain but willing to try, Kaoru contemplates this idea as a means to move forward. In a surprising turn of events, Shiori makes an unusual request of Kaoru to help her forget her older brother. This request involves embarking on a journey through Shiori's own memories, as she has long strived to match the excellence set by her siblings, but has realized that she's lost sight of her own desires. And I'm not reading any more of this, because that sounds like it's getting into spoilers. And there is a mature content description. Okay. So the game contains the following: suggested language, depiction of a romantic relationship between a student and teacher, partial nudity, oh no, alcohol and tobacco use, that should be fine, references to physical abuse, self-harm and suicide, and other mature themes not suitable for all ages. Okay, well, I think when any of that stuff, when the abuse and self-harm stuff, when that shows up, I'll put a disclaimer at the start of the video, because obviously I will have seen it happen if it did. Oh, her birthday was on November 1st, the teacher's, and there was an 1-year anniversary sale. I'm gonna stop looking at this stuff on the Steam page in case I get spoilers or something. But yeah, I'm really in. Oh, I'm not. Steam is not. What? Steam is not letting me full screen this tab on my main monitor. Don't know why that is the case. Interesting. It also isn't letting me minimize it. Okay. Well, that's sort of unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, this has been really interesting. I think I'd read the description before about like the whole teacher thing. I'd just forgotten about it because, like I said, it's been so long since I bought this. But let's go to the menu.
嘘から始まる恋の夏
Nice. There is definitely music. I'm gonna have to. This is getting turned down while I monologue. Yeah. I had read the stuff about the teacher. I guess it's pretty obvious the way that they're framed that they're supposed to be like the main two. But I'm interested to see how this girl, what was her name? Something Anohara, I think was her name. I'm interested to see Inohara. Anohara. Was that the wait? Was that the anime? Our main character has a. I assume this is her sister. Maybe older sister. I thought maybe a younger sister, but actually it's hard to tell. She could be older than her. And actually, looking more into it, this is probably her brother, maybe? Oh, they said forget her brother, so maybe it's not. Maybe these are both of their dads. I don't know. I assume this is her dad, but I'm unsure. This could be her brother. It's always hard to tell. He doesn't look old enough to be her dad, but he totally could be her dad, you know? I've read it enough, like, daughter, like, not like Rofan, but like, daughter of the Duke or whatever, blah blah blah, like, manhwa, to know that it really doesn't matter. They be having guys out here with like whole families where it looks like he's like 25 because he's like a superhuman or something, and it makes him stay young so he can be like super handsome or something. I don't know. Give me my old men. Where are my old men? Or not old men. Where are my middle-aged men? Where are they? Are they okay? But anyway, I'm really excited to continue this. And if it weren't for the fact that we were at over an hour and 15 minutes, we're now well past that now because I've been talking. If it weren't for the fact that this has gone on for so long, I definitely would have continued until the end of the chapter. And man, this music is really loud. But I am really excited to see where this goes. And yeah, hopefully you all are as interested in seeing what happens as I am. I haven't seen too much discussion about this, but then again, I don't really go around looking for discussion about visual novels. I'm not really keyed into those circles, and I haven't looked up anything about this online because I didn't want any spoilers, even for like seeing if other people have series about this. I think for now, I'm going to stick with just this. We'll see how things go. Future Neon may have different ideas about what we should be doing, but I do have one other visual novel I think I'll do, and that is Corpse Factory, which I think is going to be a very different story than this. But I think I'm going to save that until after we've finished Uso Natsu. Thank you all for watching, and I don't really have an outro or anything, but I guess Visual Neon out. In my love, last time about Eve, Mark William Langley.